Hi FlossTube, I'm Jessie. Welcome to my channel, Bobo Jessie Stitches. Today is October 17th and it's a combination of multiple Flossoweens because I have not recorded since Thursday, so I got 4 days of content. Not really. And 4 days of openings. That's real. And so I hope everyone's doing okay. It is a Monday, so hopefully no one had a case of the Mondays. I did a little bit. Today was a I hate being mean. I hate being mean to people, but we have a thing. We have to do a thing. Do the thing, right? It's not like these are people who are new and don't know what they're doing and need lessons, and they know how to do things. So it was a little frustrating this morning and I had to be mean to some people, but hopefully it'll stick for a few months and then I'll have to repeat myself in another couple of months. Anyways, let's talk about some stitchy stuff, shall we? I don't know, it's stitchy stuff, but I was away for the weekend. We went to visit my in-laws. So my mother-in-law had her birthday last month in September, and one of the gifts we gave her was a day at a crafters con. And so we went out of town to go take her to this crafters con, and there'll be a little video at the end, about a minute and a half, of me making a terranium. So sneak peek. If you follow me on Instagram at Bobo_JessieC, then you would have already seen this. I did not do a very good job. We will see if it stays alive. So it was a very interesting concept, this Crafters Con, and I feel like it was for the first time they did an okay job, right? I think there's better ways of executing it, and if they ask my opinion, I may share some of that. But it was very interesting. I think the only thing, they had classes and then they had these tables where you could demo, right, where people could be able to demo and still do things at the table. I feel like they should have just gotten rid of the classes, honestly, unless there was going to be in-depth type of things, because I felt like the demo was the way to go. One, there was some issues with how to register for the classes and stuff, and none of that was really very clear. And so I was like, I don't know about that. So we ended up not registering for any classes because we couldn't figure out how to actually do it when we bought our tickets. And because you couldn't see what classes were available when you were buying your tickets, we didn't want to pay for classes and then not be able to take what we wanted. It turned out it would have been fine, but we didn't know that. And so we just went. But what ended up happening was that a lot of people had their kits for the classes. So when the classes didn't sell out, I guess, they still had their kits. And so you were able to just sit at these tables and do the project, which is what I did with the terranium. So the bad part was that the instructor wasn't there. She was teaching a class. So we were just kind of figuring it out on our own. That was the time we had to do it. So we were doing it there rather than waiting. And so I feel like if they had just kind of set it up that way, where every other vendor would have a table and would do it on the even hours or the odd hours, that probably would have been the way to go. It's we're going to do a demo class right here, and then that way people just paid for the class or the supplies as you went, right? I bet the vendors would have made a lot more money if they had done it that way. So, and I think the attendees would have had a really good time, right? Because I wasn't there to pick up a new hobby. And although I'm sure some people were, but I didn't have a problem with doing a one-off to come home with a one-off thing, right? And so anyways, that's my opinion. But I didn't do a whole lot of stitching, although I did do some stitching, not tons. But I believe that the last time you saw me, I was going to be finishing up on Transpride Tapestry, not finishing up, working on Transpride Tapestry as part of my fandom 13 days of stitching, 13 unique projects over 13 days, and then one project for a full 13 days. This is one of my unique projects. So this is where I continued on. Last time you saw it, I was telling you that I was just going to be filling in the bottom. That's what I did. I finished that. So the body of the unicorn is now done, and all that's left is for me to frog this little bit of the head up here, and then fill in this last bit. I'm pretty close to having fever finish for this. This will be fever finish in November for sure. Right now I have fever finish for my next project that I'm going to show you, and which is hard because I'm doing these challenges. But doing Transcribed Tapestry by D's 20 Stitches, artwork by Uncanny Kari, and 16 Count Hue by Fortnight Fabrics with the call for DMC. Next up is the project I focused on over the weekend, which was Haunted House by Forbidden Fiber Co. This is my last year's Halloween countdown box, and so this is where it is. This is my project that I'm working on for 13 days. So my focus project for 13 days, and this is what I do have a fever finish for. I'm currently, according to Pattern Keeper, around 70% done. So if I continue on, if I hit my 13 days of stitching at 430 stitches a day, which is my goal, I will finish this on Halloween. So, or the day before, depending on how this actually falls out, my 13 days. And basically, this is a full coverage piece of this circle. I had a challenge to use blue thread, so I finished up the blue thread. I was using the blue thread, but otherwise, I am just working my way up and filling that in. I'm intentionally leaving the moon unstitched because this is my month travel project, and so when I'm traveling and it's on the go, I'm filling in the moon at that time. So I have a couple more games, so hopefully I'll hit my goals at that. So that's where it is. I think I got quite a bit done since you last saw it. I finished up the green here, did a lot of this blue, a lot. I finished the wrought iron here, and I've been moving up on this. So 32 count Belfast Linen Opalescent, Dappled Moonlight, all 2/2 with the called for Forbidden Fabric Co. floss, and obviously fabric as well. There we go. So that's all of my stitching. So tonight is going to be every Monday. I only had 8 whips, so I needed to start 5 projects in the month of October in order to hit my 13 unique projects for each. So because there's 5 Mondays, I'm starting a new project every Monday. I had a little bit of a jump start last week, but today, and sorry for the crinkles, but if you have not seen the Autumn Lane Stitchery box, look away if you do not want to be spoiled if you have ordered it. And I think mostly it's those who are outside of the United States who haven't received them yet, potentially haven't received them. So, but this is going to be my new start. I didn't want to start something big. I wanted something that I could potentially finish this month. So I am going to start a Spooky Stroll by Autumn Lane Stitchery. This came in our little box, that the mystery box that we got. And so that is going to what I'm going to work on. It's 61 by 70 stitches. So I don't think I'll be able to finish it tonight, but I think I'll have a good chance. I'm going to do, it's called for in DMC, but I'm going to do a conversion into Forbidden Fiber Co. And I'm actually going to use the floss that's in this one, right? So here's the pumpkin. I'm going to use the pumpkin. I have a ghost. I'm going to use a ghosty. So we're going to see how this, so that's going to be my conversion for this. And I'm going to be stitching it on this 32 count Lugana Rainy Day by Atomic Atomic Fabric. So that's what I'm going to be stitching it on. So we'll see how far I get tomorrow. How far I get tonight, and I'll show you tomorrow. So there's that. So a new start. And is that it on stitchy stuff? It's not Flossoween, y'all, but I did get. I wasn't planning on doing Flossmas this year, but let me know if you think you want to see this. So I did get from Evertote my holiday countdown box. So it's going to be a stitch along. It's going to be the way the Forbidden Fiber box is. As my understanding is that it will be a pattern and in floss, and we're going to be stitching every day towards a finish. So my intention for Flossoween, for Flossmas, is to film weekly, is what I'm thinking. But we'll see. December's a long way away. Let's open up some stuff. I got 4 things to open, y'all. So exciting. Lots of openings. Thursday was the last time you saw me, so Friday the 14th. Just as a reminder, this was the pattern that we opened last week, Bonaventure Cemetery by Park Harper Bart. My guess is this is the fabric. And, oops. And here it is. Again, a mystery no-name fabric by Fangirl Fibers. So there it is, but looks like it's pretty much what you're expecting to see. Let's hear today's story. Today's story, or the 14th story anyways. Lots of reading today, y'all. Sorry, it's going to be a little bit long because of all the reading, but I think the joke will be worth it. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. Remember The Shining? The long hallways of the spooky Stanley Hotel may have inspired Jack Nicholson's Here's Johnny meltdown in Stephen King's famous horror flick, but the hotel owners insist there are no evil spirits lurking in this historic hotel from 1909. Oh, there's no evil spirits. Why is this haunted? Don't get them wrong. There's still plenty of paranormal activity here, just not of the creepy evil variety. Oh, okay. Just spooky, supernatural. Among the friendly spirits are the American businessman Freeland Oscar Stanley and his piano-playing wife Flora. They've both decided to stick around their stately hotel that once catered to the early 20th century's rich and famous. Hear Flora play a tune on the music room's piano, catch a glimpse of FOs strolling the lobby, and, if you stay in room 217, be pleasantly surprised to find your bags inexplicably unpacked. The dearly departed chief housekeeper Elizabeth Wilson had a particular affinity for the room and treats guests to extra housekeeping services from beyond the grave. That friendly gesture may just warm your heart in between giving you goosebumps. It's like Casper. All right. Is Casper a thing still? Do the youngins know Casper? I don't know. Keep going. October 15th. Don't want to keep you all around for like a regular floss tubes. Point of Flossoweens is that they're short, right? Okay, here we are for the 15th. Oh! No story. But it does look like I have a fancy needle minder. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? You gotta take care of your plants. Do you think you get a green thumb once you're here? Lovely. I like it a lot. Okay. I have a spare story. And I don't know to share it. What happens if it shows up? I don't know. Let's hold on. I'm going to hold on to it. And then I will share it another day. It will be, I have a Houston ghost story. All right. The 16th. Oh, nothing like a good snack. Dina's gourmet popcorn. It looks like it's vanilla corn. Nice, fun, black, white, orange Halloween colors. I like popcorn. I don't like fruity flavored popcorn too much though, but we'll see. We'll see how that tastes. Story for today: Bodie, California. Lots of things happening in California. All right. Located high in the Sierra Nevada mountains stands a ghost town frozen in time. The buildings and artifacts contained in them remain as they did when the last of the residents vacated the town of Bodie, now a state historic park. Ooh, that's intriguing. Visitors can walk down the deserted street of a town that once had a population of nearly 10,000 people. The town is named for Waterman S. Bodie, William Bodie, who had discovered small amounts of gold in hill north of Mono Lake. In 1875, a mine cave-in revealed pay dirt, which led to the purchase of the mine by the Standard Company in 1877. People flocked to Bodie and transferred it from a town of a few dozen to a boom town. Only a small part of the town survives, preserved in a state of, quote, arrested decay. Interiors remain as they were left, stocked with goods. Designated as a National Historic Site and a state park in 1962, the remains of Bodie are being preserved in a state of arrested decay. Today, this once thriving mining town is visited by tourists, howling winds, and an occasional ghost. Well, why? Why is it abandoned? These are questions. These are questions that I have. Like, when people leave, they don't just leave things. They don't, right? Like, especially in the in 1870s. I don't know when it got abandoned. I don't know when it got abandoned. But like, even now, would you leave things? Like, people don't leave things. But not in a state where it's like enough to be like, enough to preserve a town in it, right? To be like, oh, something happened. Y'all tell me if y'all know. Because I don't think that that's just I think they either got swept out or something creepy happened. Anyways, today, officially, October 17th. Today's my niece's birthday. Happy birthday, niecey. I can tell your name, she's a minor. So, October 17th. Oh! Okay. Oh. Story today. More floss drops. Spider web. Come on. Black glitter. She's not going to focus. You're just going to have to trust me on it. And then white. Looks like mother of pearl, kind of. Fantastic. Always like a good floss drop. Definitely like a good floss drop. Only thing I can think about it, I'm not sure about, is that I'm not sure that you have enough room to put a label there. But I think you can. I am pretty talented with my arts and crafts cutting. Add it to my collection. All right. Let's read about the Biltmore Estate. Oh, I've heard of the Biltmore. Asheville, South Carolina. The mansion was built by George Washington Vanderbilt in 1895 when he fell in love with the Asheville area and wanted a, quote, summer home. The house is still owned by descendants of Vanderbilt, and it seems many of them just don't want to leave, even after they died. With over 1 million guests a year that tour the house and property today, you can imagine the good stories that have come of it. Sightings include George himself in all areas of the house as well as the grounds. His favorite hangout seems to be his study, where he sits among his library of books. His wife Edith is believed to be the entity guests have heard in the hallways whispering, George, as if she's looking for her husband. Cold spots, strange smells, and the sound of footsteps up and down the stairs are reported by many. A headless orange cat is seen wandering through the gardens. Groundspeople report sounds of glass clinking, laughter, and party-like chatter where no party is going on. I guess if it's a place that used to hold parties, it just makes sense that this is where they would go in the afterlife to continue their party. Never been, but I have heard of the Biltmore. Vanderbilt's interesting story. They are definitely a rise and fall kind of storyline. So, all right, y'all. I think that's it. It's a long Flossoween today. Thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned if you want to watch that 1.5-minute video of me badly making my terrarium. I was not able to figure out how to... I edited it in Canva, which is where I put my beginnings and endings and things like that, as opposed to my editing software that I make my videos in. And so in here, I would have been able to remove the recording sound, but I wasn't able to do it in Canva. And I thought I did. I was pretty sure I removed it and deleted it and everything, but it still seems to be there. So the music, which is my theme song for our Flossoween, should be loud enough to overlap the talking that you'll hear, but there is talking. And so sorry if that's distracting if you end up watching it. It's okay if you don't watch it. You may not be interested in me making a terrarium, and that's fine. All right. So with that, today's joke, which I hope was worth it at the end. But R.I.P. boiling water, you will be missed. See everyone tomorrow, wherever you are. I hope you are having a stitching spooky time, and talk to you later. Bye.